In today's video, I want to talk about how to make Wish into a better movie. First and foremost, we have to change the main characters, Asha, and the star. As for Asha, the adorable princess, we've seen it time and time again. You got Tangled, you got Encanto, you got Moana, you got Frozen, but enough's enough. We are sick of the adorable princess. Give us something new. Give us something fresh. What I would do is to make Asha into this shy, introverted, but really smart character. Make her well read. Make it so the reason she's chosen as an apprentice is because she's studied a lot about magic and she's very knowledgeable about the arcane arts. And Chris Pine's like, oh, I want her as an apprentice. And of course, what everybody's wanting, what everybody is wishing for, is to make the star into a boy. I know Disney likes to sell plushies, but there's not much you can do with a plushie. Make the star into a boy. And make it into a romance. I don't know why Disney's not doing romances anymore, but they're fun, they're engaging, and they're entertaining. And to counteract Asha's shyness and introvertedness, make Starboy extroverted. Make him high energy, just like a star would be. Maybe make him a little immature. And the juxtaposition of those two personalities would be super interesting. It would lead to a lot of natural conflicts. But their opposing personalities would also complement each other really well. They would have different strengths and weaknesses, so they would become a good team. And the quote from Asha's dad, give that to Starboy instead, where he says, "The stars are there to guide us, to inspire us, to remind us to believe in possibility." And that quote should be the theme of the movie. And when Starboy first comes down, Asha will be like, okay, grant me my wish. And Starboy will say, no, that's not how it works. I don't come down and just give people wishes. What I do is help them become a person capable of accomplishing their wish themselves. And Asha will be like, well, the sorcerer, he just gives out people's wishes. He doesn't make them work for it. And Starboy's like, well, yeah, that's great. But the problem is the person hasn't changed. My goal is to help you become a better person. And of course, change the love song. When Asha and the sorcerer are singing about their love for their wishes and the admiration and their obsession about wishes, I was like, what the heck is going on? That was obviously a love story, and we need to change it so Asha is singing it with Starboy. It would have been perfect. As for the villain, keep the same backstory. His family is killed by robbers, and it drives him to anger, and that anger leads him to magic. And he learns that he can take the power of wishes to make him into a mighty sorcerer. So he steals people's wishes and uses their energy to become a mighty sorcerer. The next thing that needs to change is the city Roses. The story begins where Asha is singing about how wonderful and amazing the city of Roses is. But that doesn't make sense, because everyone in the city has lost their wish. And it even says in the movie that your wish is the most important part of yourself. And it even shows Asha's friend, Sleepy, that ever since he gave up his wish, he's become dull and boring. And so you're telling me a city full of dull, boring people who have lost the most important part of themselves is all happy and joyful? To me, that doesn't make sense. So instead, change the city into a dystopian city, a dark, dull, gloomy city that the people are not happy. Also, I would change the villain so he's evil right from the very beginning. While Roses is this dark and gloomy city, they are ruled over by an evil and malevolent dictator who enslaves them and doesn't let anybody escape. Okay, for a quick recap. The story begins in a dark and dreary city led by an evil sorcerer. Our hero Asha recognizes this is a dark and terrible place and something needs to be done. She reads a lot about magic and becomes an expert. The sorcerer, impressed by Asha's knowledge, hires her as an apprentice. Asha finds out that the sorcerer gains his powers from the wishes. She goes in and steals her grandfather's wish. The sorcerer is angry and tries to kill her. She barely escapes into the forest, and then, in a moment of desperation, when she's surrounded by enemies, she makes a wish to the wishing star. Starboy descends from the heavens, and together they form a team and steal back the wishes and save the city of Rosis, making it into a wonderful city. But what would you do to make the story better? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching today.